Hello, Albsterz, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're continuing on with the Shadowbringers Msq. We took down the fairy last episode and that was quite spectacular, I would say the least. We are with Urianger, the best scion out of all of them. Yes, beating Y'shtola 100%. We're going to continue on and we're going to see what's going on.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
This is too peaceful for Final Fantasy.
Yes. Ylmer was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh no, I know that jacket, I know that jacket, I know that jacket. Oh, I know that jacket. Why is he here?
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
Oh! He's confronted all the scions. Oh, he's so badass. I said it was too peaceful.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page.
Yes, I
By
know.
rights, its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations.
The music
As
for him
for
is
my
so
true
cool.
identity,
Oh, he's actually showing him.
I am Emmett Selk.
I told you he was Emmett because he's the top boy. Ever since he talked to
I spoke of you. Native of the source.
the other geezer, Dracula. Ever since he spoke to him.
Equal in rank to Lahee. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Why though?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply
I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
Yeah, I don't do this. Every time a bad guy reveals his plan or something to the opposing side, something goes down.
Following the flood, the first had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all.
Damn straight I did.
Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Oh, it's good then. Thank you so much.
Well,
I'll
I
be
should
there
begin
again.
by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased.
Of thy eye, in impressed.
As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what Lahee did. And we all know how well that ended for him.
Yep, he ended up to toast.
And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation.
Geez, I'm not working with you.
I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since
Sus.
time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you
Sus.
expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
I'm calling sus
our
on this.
objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground?
No. Ta-ta, son.
For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
Right, Jojo.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
I was about to say, he's got some balls to confront, like, all the scions at one place. Very interesting scene, chat. What do we think? Honestly, I call that sus. You can run along, Albsterz. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In the light of your recent excursions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on. Take yourself off to bed. I'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Oh, hello. They've sorted me right out. That's one of them fake oranges, isn't it? Yep, there it is. One of them parishment things or wherever they are. No, what sandwiches are they? Salad? A ham sandwich. Ooh, okay. I hope the past few days have not been overtaxing. Pray, take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know.
Really?
You probably think you're talking to yourself.
What a creep. I like how we have these conversations within the hotel room as well.
Still, he's keeping you well fed.
Damn straight.
Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around.
Really?
A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett's Selk we should be concerned about.
Yeah, and trying to find out his true intentions and what's going
When
on.
our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining.
And now he's doing the exact same. We've got Emmett approaching us, telling us to take down the rest of the Light
Desperate
Wardens.
as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them.
So maybe we can't
But
kill
Emmett Silk
all of
had
the
one
Light
thing right.
Wardens.
One should not fight blindly.
Because that would create an imbalance.
That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Tell me about Seto. You're putting me off my dinner? No, I never get put off my food. Never. Okay? Why are you interested in the Amaro and not a fat store? Tell me.
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right.
It was your noble steed.
He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big.
Oh, really?
And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
You tell me something for a change.
Oh, okay, I'll talk about Stott. You see fat Stott. He devoured a whole kebab one time. Yes, a whole kebab, I'll tell you about it. He actually asked about Stott. That's amazing. He actually asked about Stott. Did I go into a food coma? How many sandwiches did I eat? You're not even gonna have a shower? Okay. Well. That was really interesting.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
What is he doing in here? If the Exarch has been working with the Ascians this entire
Did I
time,
not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon?
that's gonna be nuts.
Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe.
Why though?
Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour.
Damn straight.
Not
thank
after
you.
all the suffering your kind has wrought.
That is why you are our playboy.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies.
Now that puts it in your head like, okay, do we have to take down all
Allies
the...
worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
Oh. I don't want to get bored while I'm in my veil. Now the question is, why didn't the Xaraphiel get involved, or is not saying anything on this situation at the moment?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
It's a bit of both, I feel like. I don't know if he crosses us, we'll make him wish he hadn't. Not one. I feel like he is sprinkling some of the truth in there, but there's like an undertone. Oh, yeah. A bit, I feel like a bit of both at this point.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did.
Yeah, he literally just, like, had his dick out and said hello.
It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
But why, though?
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters.
Oh?
I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
Jeez. What?
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
That's the only thing I can think of. We take out all the Light Wardens, it creates an imbalance
I'll
again.
take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
And then the first is going to be consumed by the darkness again.
Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Hey, let's go!
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
Is indeed the community's bae.
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me.
Why?
You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
It would be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
You want him to go?
Course. Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Because I have questions about the Exarch as well. So this blue around his skin, is that something connected to the Crystal Tower, and that's how he's got his power? Or is that regarding, like, maybe he was being changed into a Sin Eater, but managed to stop it or something? Yet within all of the hall that remains a tablet. Those writings, I believe, may prove of use to L'Strola. At the very least, such a relic would be a suitable gift for your reunion. It makes considerable proposal. Very well. It repart for Rack. We shall journey until Fort Job that we secure this relic. There we go. Let's go. Speak with Orion J at Foot Job. Alright. Aye. This is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. With what little is left of the churches I have seen until now has always borne the scars of decade of disuse. Its subterranean construction have done much to protect the halls from the ravages of time. Yet the reason for it is remarkable preservation may be deducted from its decor. As faith in the warrior did wire, so rose reserving for the dark. And it follows, did we want for the place of worship to be plain, the standards which do not adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to the worshippers of the dark, the night blessed, who subsequently migrated to Rack, yes? Indeed, thus beneath the shades bought the Rack great wood that they finally found this sanctuary. Of many times did Ilmor make spurious overturns of friendship until then, but they are no fools. The Exarch, knowing full well that L'Strola in her seclusion did labor to learn all she may of the blessed of their past. And this is why he sent us here, I now know. The tablet of which he speaks, no doubt proven a glimpse into the history that she so yearned to comprehend. Well then, we better hurry up and find it. Well, I'd say it's over on that table. If I had to put some bets on it, within the altar thou sayest. Thy lift the cloak to find the tablet. There we go. Found it indeed, boys. Thank you. What do you have to say on the situation? I certainly hope this is what we are looking for. Hope we were able to see it in the dark and inside of the altar of all places. Hello. Well, that is cool. Whoa, that's the Halloween thing, is it? Nor escapes with thy eye. You weren't even the one that found it. Thus seem this is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious that these engravings predict the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are right in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the mist is now Rack. Thus will be no small matter to decipher then. A fine gift to our seeker of the truth. This plain, the Exarch understands L'Strola only too well, but come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Night Blessed, which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches profound. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that the one's own name must e'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment preludes not the use of another. Thus do parents protect their children and in rare cases master their discipline. Though that L'Strola has taken the name of Master Montoya, lust we offered them, offended them. I bid you speak not of her true name in the blessed presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keep in vigil at the great wood border. Oh! Oh! So that's how she got her name then, within the trailer. That's so cool. We are in Rack. No, no way!
How far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked.
Lahee! Lahee!
The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. So he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder.
Oh no, I think I figured it.
Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
No, it's flat. No. No.
We have arrived.
It's flat. Chat, the batteries have died in it. No. Lahee. 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 I don't even know the lyrics. Lahee. Lahee. Lahee.
Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Really? Is this geezer really following us? Did you like my concert that I put on?
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer,
Is he
rule.
He's actually bowling with us. I feel like...
Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days.
This is so bizarre.
Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Oh, I love this.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
Ooh.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more.
I think I'll pass on that.
Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
Oh.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Lahee! Lahee! Where the fuck is Lashnola? Lahee! Where the fuck is Lashnola? Oh, I love this place. What is it now? Do you expect me to regale you with friendly banter? Oh, very well. I will humor you this once. You may consider it my latest act of good faith. Come on, then. What do you wish to know? Oh! Why did you choose this form here in a first? Very well, what a curious question. Mortal flesh is but a vessel into which we Asians pour the elixir of our souls, molding it as it fits the occasion or not, if we so choose. Be it for a year or a millennia, I prefer to retain some form until my duty is done. So after arriving here in the first, I fashioned some hapless body into the man you see before you. Though as your friend over there can attest, there are some those who will forego such altercations. He was forever the rash one, Lahee or Lahee bred, jumping from vessel to vessel, never heeding the toll to took from him. Though some few did survive, they were not on how to go onwards. Worn with souls in want of guiding hand, for a merciless Stola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall bend our thing, go to fort. So we see the events of this place happen on the trailer, didn't we? Because this was literally all on fire.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
They revealed quite a bit within the trailer, didn't they?
Now, surround them!
But no, don't surround me. Me and Stort, we were just going through the woods enjoying the Lahee.
These senators, they're not like the others.
Nah, I'm a geezer.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a sin eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Oh, yeah. I want to eat you up first. Lovely. I want to eat his leg. That looks tasty. I'll douse a little bit of sauce on that before I eat you. Please, we're not sinners. Kupo? Kupo? Is one of my boys here?
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Do you not have a Kupo? Everyone has a Kupo.
Oh, for the love of...
I
hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade.
No, no, not while you're in front of all of these.
Good luck.
Don't give me that little cheeky smile.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
Oh, we're in shit. Well,
I think I preferred Lahee.
I know them legs.
Enough. Runar, report.
There we go. She must recognize them, surely.
Master Matoya.
Oh, jeez.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are sin eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not sin eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not?
I
Mayhap
understand.
It has been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
He doesn't recognize us.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company, the one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
I can explain.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
Oh, it's been too long, clearly. It's nice to see you, Master Montoya. You truly thought me a sin eater? Master Montoya. How you doing, Granny? Oh, so how's your walking stick going on? Have you seen Rocco recently as well? Yeah.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come, I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
It's so good to see her. Not Granny! I know. I know it's not actually Master Montoya. You have been busy since arriving in the first, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more of a suitable surroundings. With fort yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through the yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough.
Sithabao is the largest of the Blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
It's so good to have the majority of the Scions back. After, like, such a separation. She's even made the cave like Master Montoya. Where's Rocco then? I demand to see Rocco.
And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own.
I was wondering why Leshola didn't actually trust him.
My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on.
This is nuts. She's actually become Master Montoya.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape.
Yeah, don't want to be stepped with them high heels on.
Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, The people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Y'shtola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Yeah, yes. He's actually become Master Montoya.
Lest you
Got a
forget,
cave.
Master Montoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Ooh. That was a bit of a low blow.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Ooh. Ooh. Y'shtola has got that sass about her sometimes, but that's a bit uncalled for. But she knows there's obviously playing on his
that I'm
mind.
not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
I'm really curious to see how Thancred and baby companion Minfilia's relationship and stuff, character development is going to grow over the course of this expansion. Because ultimately, like, baby Minfilia's got to make that choice. So that's interesting. They're talking about the trailer and what Y'shtola did in order to gain the trust of the people of this city. A day in the neighborhood. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles, nevertheless I will not apologize for him holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has never been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it hearkens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in the spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Elise and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is a part of life we cannot but hope change for the better. Facts. You're right, and after my untold remark to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I have changed for the worse. I will have to speak to him later. Hey Rain, returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meanwhile, perhaps you should take a look about the Stilfborough. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runa and the palace. Welcome, friend, welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? London. From the Xaraphiel, I see, and this tablet you've brought may help us find the Live Warden here in Rack. Well, you are welcome to stay with us as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course. Anything for our guest and our dear Master Montoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we have all been perished in the great fire. Oh. But our priest is slain and our homes in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, and the great oak within those shadows may have come to find solace. That is not to say that we are those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea, I feel. Whole again now that she is with us. I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is much of the part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in the service to the dark. But you do not hear this from me, yes? Now, Truly, you know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere so long they reside in Slitherburg. That is understandable. To reserve them to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not. It is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Go. Thank you for dousing me in the water. As Runa lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. What have you put in that? Salt. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light-blighted torch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by a priestess, they are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was unpleasant sensation, but too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water has no disembodiable effect unless... By the gods, Master Montoya was right. You are sinners. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Unless you put salt in it. Perhaps now it would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherburg. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Is it this one? Yes? Good evening. The world is not safe as it once was, and this greeting let us quickly concern friend from foe. That's a good idea. There is a handshake or gesture we should know too. I hate to offend anyone. Okay, let's learn it. You need not to worry. Merely speak the words Alin Uta. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And they will know you as friends of the blessed. I await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Hold up. There we go. A newly come traveller. Alin Chizai. And welcome to Slitherburg. You must forgive me if we seem strangely reserved. We are quite tunic people. Silence and serenity as the sealess sea. The quiet makes it easy to disconcern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Speaking with Ophelia, everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see how they've built such a thriving community. In the woods. Cinny, I fear I may have touched. Where? In the grove to the southwest, for a mercy they have yet to wander any closer to Slitherburg. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guards that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. Oh. But sir, what of Todia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. It can wait. Of all the times for the Sin Eaters to appear. Are you going to just leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down. But if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days past, Todia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. Of all the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession no one can own. It is custom to present the Heartstone of the Decree at their funeral, as an offering to the heavens, but now. What if? What if I can find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters. The light, the corruption does not touch me like the others. Master Montoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't understand by knowing that your people are indeed and in need of help. Please, let me do this. So she's following her legacy and her path that she's supposed to be going on. That's why she wants to help out so much. Very well. But if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if you were forced to hold a second service. I never forgot about Franklin. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry, he'll come with you. Franklin doesn't need to know. You have your own path, Minfilia. What? Do you mean to say you'll come with me? Yeah, damn straight. Thank you. Let us hurry then, before he returns. Go swiftly and may the shadows keep you both. Indeed. You brush away the leaves and uncover a brilliant green gem. Present the jade to Minfilia. You have any luck? Yes, I did indeed. It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thancred always said there were a woman of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn, even if I am half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slipbar. Runa and the others are probably worried. Let's get back to Runeberg then.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
I said ass. I said ass.
Let us begin.
Jack, can we get some love hearts in the chat at this moment?
I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Oh.
Call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
I should like to have met her. Or met her, sorry.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact. Urianger and I finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
The plot thickens, chap. The plot thickens. But that was really, really nice. I love these, like, slow, peaceful moments within the expansion. Good, you're here thanks to the Xaraphiel gift. Our next course of action is now clear. I initially believed it might be detailed the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dated back to the realm of the Roncon Empire and was likely written under the direction of the regaining ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with the neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think it's an actual ancient petition that will somehow help you get into Yamyanix? Indeed we do. But the etched into the tablet is a method by which one proves themselves an ally of the Empire. Prove that we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruins' protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a true monument inscribed with the ancient text and translated into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Sieta, close to the Sliverborough, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of the Dark Worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intentions of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need to ensure that I will have enough. I am afraid I must ask you and Franklin to assist me. And before you ask, the answer is no. We're to remain unseen and our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Urion J will do that. Oh boy. Then let us reconvene outside to the west of Slilfborough where the path diverges. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at the cleric to watch over the children. Perhaps he has naught to share of the recent activities, but we must tread carefully. There is a chance we encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert and avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoin in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them onto the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Is the stoner dancing? I thought she was dancing then. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch at the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the rules on the wall while I look over this? At glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding and blessed of the children, in fact. We're not to come to this place a second time. Behoove us of all we learn that we can. Lahee. Hey, Kubo, my boy. Now let's have a little look at our destination. Examine the rules and take note of the events. Okay. Hey, there's Lastola. Hey, no way. Oh, we can mark on it. Lastola has asked you to inspect the rules on the rule. If you see there is north, we can click her though. There's nothing to gain from you staring at my backside. Now, please, I need you to... No! Why do you think I was looking at your ass? Oh no, I've done it again. No, I won't. No, I weren't looking at your ass. Why do you automatically assume I'm looking at your ass? You stoler. Got a dirty mind than me. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shield himself and their comrades. From an encroaching darkness, the central figure is considerably faded. No. She thinks I'm misbehaving, but it's actually her. The murals appear to be very old. A ruler sits at the top of the throne, attended by their subjects. The murals appear to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of the shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. Lahee.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder.
I feel like after.
Rather faded, isn't it? Compared to the others. Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
That's really interesting. Depictions of heroes for the age of gods of the Ronkan Empire and immediately before the flood. Rare choose opposition, perhaps in another lifetime you could be the creator of antiquities. Though have not hit bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove for use in the future. Ha 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 ha. Wrong button. Chat, this is where I'm going to be leaving the stream for today.
Count what you have now, don't count what you don't